Okay, so I got the ratchet rake on and I'm going to be cleaning up the sheep yard. This is all the waste hay and droppings from over the winter. This is where they stayed all winter. And this was before I started using cattle panels around the hay bales to limit the waste. So there's a lot more than hopefully I'll have now that I started using cattle panels around the hay bales. Um, Yeah, so this works pretty good. It's nice because you'll get up most of the hay and you can kind of leave behind the dirt or more of the dirt. It's not 100%. You still scrape up a little, but this helps in just mainly getting the hay and the poop. This is one of the hay skids I use. As you can see, this one's holding up pretty good. This one has 2 by 6s or 2 by 8s on the end. Um, and from now on, that's what I'm going to do on all of them. At least use 2 by 6s on the end, if not 2 by 8s, and possibly even going up to a thicker board, like a 3 by 6 or something, like some rough sawn or something, because otherwise pushing on those end boards and that every once in a while, and I end up lifting them to break them free from ice and stuff, and a lot of times I'll end up breaking them eventually if they're just I made some with like 2 by 4s slash 2 by 3s um, for this last winter, and I've already broken several of them. Whereas these older ones I did with the bigger boards on the end have been holding up really well. Alright, so I sped this up quite a bit because really it's pretty boring to watch. It's just going back and forth and back and forth and scraping both ways. Sometimes it works better to pull with the smaller teeth. Well, really, I'm using the smaller teeth for the most part, unless it's breaking up something hard. But you can use the two sets of teeth combined if you put the angle right, and that kind of works too. I find that the smaller teeth work pretty good though. Anyhow, just piling it up. Alright, today I'm going to take the ratchet rake and try to rip out all this pineapple weed shit. Um, the sheep don't really eat it. You see it's pretty tall here. And I just want to replant grass here. See what this kind of looks like here. It's pretty thick stuff. And I don't know the correct name for it, but call it pineapple root. See a bit of it here. It's got fairly deep roots. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But why I call it pineapple root is if you take it and if you break the flower together and you smell it, it smells just like pineapples. This is actually an edible. Not a very good one. It's like eating pineapple rind or something. You can make tea and shit out of it, but yeah. It's nasty. Alright, so I sped up this part where I'm working on the area here. This is about 20 minutes of video that's sped up. And then I cut and I actually came back to this area, but you didn't really see a lot. In total, I only spent about 30 minutes on this little area here, so most of that is shown here on the high speed. If you want to skip this, I'll give you a button here, and otherwise you can also make it even faster with the YouTube speed up option. There we go. I think that did a fairly good job. Let's see. Got most of it. I mean, there's still some stalks and stuff, but I think they'll probably die since the tops are all gone. And I'm just going to overseed with a bunch of grass and then rake the grass a little bit, get covered a little bit. And yeah, hopefully that'll do it. So, should be a little bit better dirt here now. That pineapple weed thrives in really compacted and inferior soil. The sheep were over in this area a lot, so should be a good amount of manure mixed into this now, kind of. And with the rake, it loosened it up a little bit, so I think it's a little bit better consistency of soil. This is still a lot of fill, so it's not great, but... And we did lose some topsoil by pulling all that out and putting it in the compost pile there, but still, I think just mixed together a little bit better now, and hopefully it'll work.